Yo, what is up guys, Fer here, and today I'm going to be talking about one and the only battle between Admirals and One Piece, which is Aokiji and Akainu, and their power growth from the 10-day fight that they had, because people seem to think that top tiers cannot grow anymore, which is far from the truth, because we don't exactly know what the limits are, especially when it comes down to things like Haki, which will be the main topic at hand for this video. So I'm not going to rule out the possibilities that top tiers cannot grow anymore. Now I don't think it's anything significant to how like how Luffy is growing right now, but if there's some kind of growth, we have to talk about it. Now obviously there's a limit to how much you can grow in terms of physical strength and in certain combat skills, but that cannot be said for things like Haki. And again, as I mentioned before, we don't know the limits yet. For example, if someone had the ability to live for 1,000 years and that person had been training his Haki for that long, would that person's Haki be so incredible that no one from this current generation could even hope to match up against? And so we can't say for sure, but I do think that there were individuals in the past that were extremely potent when it comes down to Haki. I think the Gorosei could potentially be rocking some type of ancient Haki or some sort of ancient skill set that pertains to Haki, because if these guys are what we speculate them to be, like some sort of immortal, then I imagine they must have an incredible amount of combat experience from the battles that they have fought, because we know that some of these guys have scars, so more than likely they were involved in some type of fight back in the day. And given the fact that the Gorosei Gandhi is rocking one of the 12 great supreme swords, definitely puts emphasis on them being fighters in the past. But the Gorosei aside, Haki, for all we know, could have unlimited potential. And so this brings me to AKAINU and Aokiji. Now, even though most of us have the assumption that they've maxed out in strength and power, there's a lot of things that hints towards them having an insane amount of growth during their 10-day battle for the Fleet Admiral position. And the reason this battle is different from any other known battle, such as Jinbei versus Ace, is because this battle was definitely way more intense, with both sides actually going in for the kill. And this was made even worse because of the abilities that these guys have. AKAINU and Aokiji both have abilities that has the chance to one-shot you. We saw what happened to Jozu when he looked away for 1 second, and then we have AKAINU who literally took half of Whitebeard's face off. So this battle, you can say for sure that a single second or a single mistake could mean life or death. So the stakes here were very high, and guys, this went on for 10 days straight. That's how concentrated they were in this battle. And so this brings me to a quote that we got from the Katakuri versus Luffy fight, and this was from the flashback from Luffy's training with Rayleigh. Now this was what Rayleigh said: Haki truly blooms in the extreme conditions of battle. Now this is huge. This is huge because we saw how much growth Luffy had in the course of 10 hours, and his growth in that fight was so massive that I started to look at Luffy a bit more differently. Now there's the argument that Luffy is a prodigy that can be made, and so his growth could be a lot faster than other individuals, but I do have to mention that Zephyr called Akainu and Aokiji monsters when he trained them. So just like the Yonkos, I feel like the Admirals were also abnormal in some sense. Now I'm talking about the original trio, which was Akainu, Kizaru, and Aokiji. And so with Akainu and Aokiji, I think these guys had significant growth when it comes down to the level of their Haki. And it kind of makes perfect sense because Akainu, we all think he had some sort of growth post time skip, and his battle with Aokiji could be what made that possible. Now I've always envisioned Akainu as the armament specialist, given how incredibly durable he is, and also the fact that he's more of a heavyweight fighter. He's more fist to fist, and so I think after this battle he probably has insane armament Haki right now. I mean, pre-time skip we all had the assumption that he was specialized in armament, given the way he fights and the fact that he was able to avoid lethal damage from Whitebeard's island shattering attack. I think he definitely used some form of armament to stop that attack or to reduce the damage he got from the attack, but right now I think it's on a whole different level. And when it comes down to Aokiji, I see him more as a all-rounded fighter, pretty good at observation, pretty good at armament. I think Kizaru more than likely specializes in observation, given how fast he moves, because if you're moving at the speed of light, your senses has to sort of match how fast you're going, because you can have light speed, but if your senses can't keep up, you're gonna slam your head into a wall or something. And so moving that fast, observation Haki is definitely necessary. But going back to Aokiji here, I think he probably obtained a new form of observation. Maybe again, it's going to shape to a form that is akin to what type of person Aokiji is. Given his cool ice themed personality, I could see a thing where his observation allows him to perceive time at a slower pace. Again, I think we're going to see more variants of ornament and observation as the series progresses, but I do think Akainu and Aokiji had some sort of growth during their 10-day battle. battle. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Do you think Akainu and Aokiji had some sort of growth from their battle when it comes down to the level of their haki? Comment down below what you guys think. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more One Piece content. Hit the notification bell if you want to get notified for future content. It is Pharaoh, and I will see you folks later. Peace.